Birds. Some of the most beautiful, most colourful, delightful, majestic animals on the planet. Except pigeons. Nobody likes pigeons. Pigeons are seagulls. So why do I not like pigeons or seagulls? Well, if you're watching this video, then you're probably a bit like myself in that you like to spend a few hours at the weekend getting all your buckets ready, your hose out, pressure washer, whatever you like to use, and getting all your favourite products together, spending a couple of hours getting your car as clean as you can possibly get it. And of course, once you've got it as clean as you can possibly get it, getting brushes into places that normal people didn't realise brushes could go, you get some last aid protection onto the paintwork just for a bit of extra gloss and to get it looking as good as new. And 2 or 3 days later, if you may have parked it somewhere completely innocent or just the wrong place at the wrong time, or it could have even been on your own driveway, but for some reason an army of birds have flown overhead and just decided to use it for target practice. Now, every one of us have been there at some point where you think, what's the best way to deal with this? But like everything else, everybody is going to have their own opinion on what they think is best. Example, one of the most popular methods that I've read and heard about for removing bird excrement from your car is to get wet paper towels and place them onto the bird poo. However, when you're dealing with this much bird poo, that's going to lead to another problem. As in, you're going to need an awful lot of tissue paper. And what happens to that tissue paper once you've used it up? It goes to landfill. And what happens to landfill? The birds eat everything. And what do the birds do when they eat everything? They come back and drop it back over your car again. So in my opinion, and I know this is just my opinion that a lot of people won't agree with, I think it's best just to go in with a chemical approach. And obviously I'm going to demonstrate why I think that's the best approach. Now, you could use practically any pre-wash product for this, and the one that I'm using today is Auto Break Direct's Citrus Wash, purely because I already have 5 litres of it made up at 1:20. Now, that 1:20 ratio is very important for what we're discussing here, and I'll explain that in more detail in a few minutes. However, first of all, we need to look at why is it important to get bird poo off the car as quickly as possible. Well, let's find out. Well, in actual fact, there are 2 main reasons, and the first one's quite simple. Birds, as you may well know, don't have what we would refer to as teeth. Therefore, they eat small amounts of gravel, which helps them break up food in their digestive system, allowing them to pass it through. Now, that explains the need to be careful removing bird poo, but it doesn't explain the urgency. For that, we need to speak to a team of scientists. And here's 2 I downloaded earlier. So birds, like reptiles, are what's known as eukaryotic animals. And that means that their digestive system works by what's known as nitrogen metabolism. And this is where it becomes relevant to us. So the byproduct of nitrogen metabolism is uric acid. Now, obviously the clue is in the name that this is an acidic product that's important to get off the car as quickly as possible. In fact, you have about 48 hours before uric acid starts to burn through the clear coat, and in some cases can even bleach the paint. But the good news is, and this is what brings us back to our 1:20 dilution ratio, if you actually manage to deal with it within the 48 hours, it's relatively easy to remove. And just to explain what I actually mean by that, remember that Citrus Wash is a water-based product, and I've diluted it to 5%. Now, it was probably, I don't know the exact figures, but at least 50% water to begin with, which means that what I've actually sprayed on the car is 97 to 98% water. And without trying to put you off your lunch or your dinner, whatever you happen to be doing right now, you can already see that it's starting to break down the contamination. And there's no sped up footage or fancy editing involved here. This is all being shown real time. I've actually allowed this product to dwell for less than 2 minutes at this stage. So we'll go and get the camera back on the stand, I'll get the pressure washer, we'll get it rinsed off and just see how much of an impact it's had. Time to actually rinse off, and I can confirm that this is after only 1.5 minutes, or 1 minute 33 seconds to be precise. And I think it's quite clear to see that even with such a short dwell time, that the 5% concentration of Auto Bright citrus pre-wash has had no problem whatsoever in dealing with this contamination. And I know that some of you might think, well, if it's 97 or 98% water, then do you really need any product at all? Could you not just have used pure water? Well, technically speaking, yes, but it would be a lot more effort. The same way that you could just use water to clean a Pyrex dish with a baked lasagna in it, but it's still going to be a bit easier with a bit of detergent. So let's get the camera lens cleaned up and take a much closer look to see exactly how much it has removed. So given the fact that the side of the car, including the glass and even the rubber seals in fact, were covered in bird excrement, and all I really did was spray a weak chemical solution on it, leave it for less than 2 minutes and rinse it off, I would say that that's very much job done and not a single used paper towel in sight. But like I said earlier in the video, this is just my particular method. Yours might be very different. Let me know what you do in the comment section below. Other than that, thanks very much for watching. Hopefully see you in the next one. Take care.